Yeah, we were just talking a little bit briefly about some interesting things, but now we can officially start here.
Yeah,
So, welcome back everyone to the AI Tripod podcast. So this week we had some interesting developments from OpenAI and the new ChatGPT apps that we can start off with. I haven't had any chances to actually play around with it, but I did see like the demo and everything. Did you guys have a chance to check it out?
Same here. I didn't get a chance to dive through all of them yet, but it looked pretty exciting on the looking at the onset of things. But having said that, I know there are some talks around it wiping out a whole bunch of startups and everything. And I looked at their model build, like the flow builder and everything. It's cool, but I don't know whether it is like robust enough to disrupt every single vertical in here. I don't know what you guys. I don't know a lot
I
of
don't
people.
think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But there
I
there is
just,
a comment on the YouTube video where it's like 25 startups are shaking in their boots right now
I
because so
mean,
many startups built
competition
up
is going
around.
to be hard.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt the competition will be very hard because OpenAI is the new champ with a lot of money,
Yeah, another
power,
thing is
everything. So
yeah, another
competition will
thing
be hard.
is that the unlike ChatGPT agent and everything where it's kind of doing it on its own, it kind of obscures it and then it returns back the result. This new apps actually generates like the UI, like how it would look like on Expedia or on Google Travel, how you would usually look at it. It'll generate the UI like that, so you can scroll through it if you want to. In addition, like you can go, it'll let you like use the app like how you used to
But
as well.
I was not that much impressed by that because I actually saw a library before where a library actually helps you do the same thing in all of your, chatbots or anything. You can just install that library and on the fly, it generates the customized UI. I'm not sure how they're doing it,
Mm.
but most probably how they're doing is that they have, written some prompts or something that the AI responds in a specific way in a code that if it is related to weather, it literally shows you the weather cards
Yeah,
inside the chatbot.
it's
So
kind of like
I'm
how
like,
Perplexity has it. Like Perplexity does the same
yeah,
thing. If you
yeah,
ask for the weather in Arizona, like it'll tell you exactly in like that card, almost like how you can see on Google.
yeah,
Guys, is this what is called as generative UI?
kind of. I think so.
I would say like a level one. There's more levels to where it like customizes it how you like it, and there's levels of how it just tries to replicate how it already looks. Right now, we're still at that replication area where it's just replicating how it would usually look, not like generating it specifically to how you need it to
Because
look.
the fundamental shift I'm seeing in the industry is we built one or maybe a little bit customized UI for a big customer base. A company does it, right? Of course, there is some level of customization, but I'm seeing now we are moving towards a world where every single person can get their own UI and they can interact with any company's application in whatever form and shape they want, voice, clicking, whatever it is, and adapting itself to their needs, pretty much. Like the what is called hyper personalization is becoming a lot
Yeah.
real.
Hmm. I think we are becoming, coming to that point that people are just fed up with chatbots,
It
you know?
is. Even I
Yeah.
am. Forget
Yeah.
about
I
people.
think,
I am. And when
yeah.
I look at a chatbot now, is irritating actually.
Yeah, I think that's why, there's this move to moving away from just simple chatbots and more like more UI, like the user experience should be good.
Correct.
People should feel that they
No,
are interacting with
I
the
want to
system.
differentiate here. UI, UX, they are different, right?
Yeah,
Very important. UX is important, but I'm seeing UI transforming into not, there is some element of clicking and all of this stuff going on. The voice-based interaction with the Nova Sonic models and even the open
Yeah.
introduce.
Or also another thing is, I remember seeing an Enrico Tedoroni video on YouTube talking about how certain apps are having like a ramble button where you can just ramble on and on about like what you want to build, and it'll go in like complex apps and like build it for you. He was saying that potentially like if in like for example in like Photoshop, if they had that, you would much rather prefer just rambling what you want to the AI than doing everything by yourself, configuring all the like fancy knobs and like switches and everything. So yeah, it's interesting to see that switch.
You know,
yeah. I think.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that I think that the user interface needs to evolve, that people people were, using all this like doing all these interactions because it was the need of the hour, right? And then LLMs came. Now
Mhm.
you can chat. But now people are even bored with that. Like because people can actually chat with the whole thing. They also want to see how things are happening and how like I mean what chatbots have done is like basically reduce the amount of effort you need to actually use a tool, you know?
That's right. That's right. It's like very interesting transformation happening. The other thing we shouldn't lose sight of in the OpenAI, which I believe is the most powerful, is the whole idea of App Store. In
Yeah.
it's called conversational platform. That's the term that they use for it, right? I say go search a house for me, right? It automatically picks up Zillow and does this search, and it brings up, it surfaces up the app, brings it into my conversation. So I see the dead of iPhone App Store, Android App Store, all that and coming into
But
conversational kind of thing,
I
conversational.
would say that Zillow demo was actually cool. So that was good. But I've also seen that many people are taking a different stance. They are saying this is basically, how they had the announcement of GPTs. That was version 1. This is GPT version 2. That's what they are saying.
That is, it's interesting though, because
Also, yeah,
go
they haven't opened it up yet. It's still well, they have an SDK that you can have any app added to it,
Hmm.
but officially they have launched it with like a set of like maybe 10 apps or something
Yeah.
like that, like the most common ones. But
Guys, here is the question. Let's pretend you both are app developers. You have several apps in iPhone App Store, right? Would you ignore OpenAI platform and not do anything about it? Would you do that?
Hmm. I would think that it can be a third channel, how people are still developing for the main app store, Play Store, or, Apple's app store. This might be just a third one.
And what do you
That's what
think,
I think.
Patrick? If you are an app developer, would you ignore it and say not do anything about OpenAI
No,
App Store?
ignore, I
um
don't think so.
well, I don't. Well, it depends because we're very pro AI in this podcast, all three of us. But there are certain developers who are very anti-it. Those people will not. But if I was a app developer that had several
Hmm.
apps, I would, but I wouldn't stop developing for the regular app store because there's t tons of people who are also anti-AI that's outside of app development. They don't really
So
want like, oh, they're like, oh, AI can't be as good as like the real app. So they'll
I agree. I agree with you guys, all of you guys. So that we cannot afford to ignore anything right now. What even so we have to have a play. Every developer has to have a play in this OpenAI, App
You
Store
know?
world. And also remember, they are working on a mysterious device, okay, which nobody knows, right? So they're working on a mysterious device. The device combining with all of this App Store capabilities could be a very viable competitor to the iPhone world and the Android world when it comes. I see
Arun,
a lot of things
do you
happening.
guys have any ideas what this device might turn out to be? Will it be like the AI humane pin where it's just a pin that you attach, or will it be like a small tiny version of like an
Hmm.
iPod, or will it be
John Ivy knows about it. John Ivy knows about it, and Sam Altman knows about it.
You know what? But what I'm thinking, guys, the most cool hardware thing that has ever come up in like, maybe last 1 year or two has been Meta's glasses. Have you seen that?
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah.
but have you seen the latest one which has a screen in it, inbuilt?
Okay, Lavneet, do you know in my olden days when I was at school, I mean high school, like middle school, people used to make fun of people wearing glasses, right? It was considered like not so cool to do. But look at how things have changed now. You got to wear a glass to be smart. Even if you don't want to need a glass, you're going to wear a glass. So I'm so happy about this transformation personally.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. I mean, everything, everything comes around. So I guess
Yeah,
that is true.
but I don't think the OpenAI device. I think it definitely won't be anything close to an iPhone because they don't want to
Yeah,
compete with Apple and Android. They're not in that game.
yeah,
It also won't be a humane pin because they saw how awfully that went down.
yeah,
They're not going to
yeah.
be going down that rabbit hole again. So it definitely won't be those two.
What I'm thinking is that the Meta glasses, I have seen that Meta has made tremendous progress. Now, even like in the whole like glasses, before you were able to see that something is happening on the screen. in the glass. Now you can't see that. From outside, you won't see what a person is doing. But from the inside, there's a very small, tiny screen and that is full color with
Hmm.
animations and everything. If
Hmm.
that, when paired, and they have developed a wristband with which you can control gestures.
Ah.
Think, and the thing is, it doesn't need cameras. Like, how the Vision Pro needs a lot of like 10, 20 cameras to actually, see the vision. It doesn't need that. It is a wristband that actually sees your neural signals or something, reads that, and based off of that, it can actually work. And the reviews are next level. Think
Wow.
about that attached to a chat GPT with that chat GPT application. Then
Hmm.
I can see a device that can, may
So you're
have
thinking
like
it's
a
gonna
very
be
good
more
capability.
like smart glasses slash like smart glass extension that like with like
Yeah,
ChatGPT, that
That's
sort
an
of derivative is.
important point. Now, do you think the meta glasses will be open enough to accommodate other models, or do you think it's a closed source
right now,
connecting to Meta? Do we know anything about that?
right now it's very close source. Meta is also only like they
Well,
don't
they
even
want
have
to only
Google
have,
Maps.
yeah,
They don't even have Google Maps. They
because
have
they want to
Meta
have
apps.
all, yeah, they want to have all Facebook and all Meta, or sorry, Meta, all Meta apps, which is like the Llama
Well,
But
models.
Meta has been the forefronter in the open sourcing
yeah,
of their LLM model. So it's to be seen how they're going to approach this.
I mean, I think about that. Weren't they the one complaining that Apple is not very,
Exactly.
open?
Exactly. Are they going to emulate Apple? Like in spite
Because
of
yeah, because everybody thought that OpenAI was like the Apple of AI, but it's starting to look like Meta is becoming more of that Apple company of like artificial intelligence
But
company.
what I think they are still developing the whole ecosystem because I think Meta is a pioneer in this whole segment. They have made the glasses from very chunky to now actually usable. And I think right now they're still building the ecosystem. Once it is a bit grown, then I think they will o open up the whole
So you're
system.
thinking that they're going to follow the Apple strategy of like the first iPhone couldn't add any more apps. It could only be
Yep,
Apple's own apps. And two generations later, they realized, okay,
yep,
that now let's open it up again. I think now it's mature enough to open up to
yeah.
developers. So you're thinking they're going to take that
And yeah,
approach.
and I think that people have like started to see that there is a bit usability with the whole, AI attached to the glasses. And if that capability can be, other models can also come in with the whole thing, that will improve the whole ecosystem a lot.
I would think it will get a lot more traction if they open it up and not constrained within Meta world alone. I hope they do.
Yeah,
And the next question I have for you guys is it is, I think, $750, if I'm not mistaken. Would you buy it?
I think if it has more apps, because
If
right
they
now
open
it's
it,
very limited.
yeah. If they opened it up, yeah. But like now it's probably not a good deal because
Yeah,
you can only have their own apps, right?
Meta
So
apps, like everything is just Meta. So, you don't have anything at all.
I see. I'm wondering if we have more capabilities. Like, can I get rid of my phones and have only the glasses and do everything that I want?
I don't think so. Right now, I don't think so.
even with the whole like thing where you can tap, it wouldn't be as easy to use. Like your phone, you can,
Yeah,
just use your phone. But with the tapping, it's not going to be as easy.
Well, that is the
I
challenge,
think,
guys. I'm going to see what OpenAI is going to come. OpenAI is probably considering all of these dimensions that we are talking about, right? If there is a device that nobody even dreaming right now comes up with unifying all of this, that would be great to see. That's the geniusness of OpenAI and John Ivy that I'm hoping they will
But we
crack.
get to see what the pricing of this product will be. What if they like make it crazy? It does all those things, but they just jack up the price because it has all those
you know
things.
what, I
But
think
what if
they will subsidize it, because they have so much money. They will just subsidize
Yeah.
it, take
they
loss for 2, 3
what
years.
exactly what if they equalize iPhone price and give all of these
Yeah,
capabilities, which I believe with what Lavneet is saying, right? They have so much tons of money there that they can wipe out the rest of the world and
yeah,
then grab a hold of it.
yeah.
And it's going to happen. I mean, whatever we are talking, guys, it is
So
going
you're
to happen.
potentially also this phone could have like a system level. I know certain phones have AI on them, but they're like an optional side piece to it.
Yeah.
But there could be a phone where the AI is built, as in like AI manages like the file system, the settings. It manages every little bit of the
Have
phone.
have you seen like those like let's not like the future tech scenarios where they show that okay they have some glasses, they're just talking and the shit is happening,
When you wear those glasses, the speakers are so good. I've worn meta glasses before for testing, right? Only you can kind of hear it. Even my wife was standing next to me; she couldn't hear what was going on there. So
Mhm.
nicely, I can hear it. I can operate. I can look at a person.
Although there is one thing though. Well, one that was the Ray-Ban. There's a. It's I think it was one generation before the current one that they just released. But also, if you're standing right next to someone, you can obviously still hear it. But if you're like standing even like a foot away, you can't hear it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that still
But
holds
I
up.
mean, guys, like I think most of the people use headphones,
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like
Same
anyone is, yeah,
thing. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like now you are wearing it. I don't think
yeah,
anybody goes by. You can hear as clearly as
yeah.
right. So that way it is good. And wow, the use cases are amazing. Like the translation
Yeah.
use cases,
But
education related use cases. Wow.
But have you seen that? What do you guys think about the applications? Like you have heard about the Enit, maybe it's called
Anytime,
Enit,
any
right?
Yeah.
Enit,
anytime.
yeah, Enit. So now what I'm thinking is that OpenAI like actually went into that market, the
Yeah,
whole market, right? Of creating the customized agents.
yeah,
And I'll
The only
just,
thing is that it's not as good though. I would say it's
yeah,
still
yeah,
basic. You can do if else, while you
yeah,
can do like you can add MCPs, which brings the complexity, but that's the only complex part. Other than that, you can just add custom agents and MCPs, and then a start and then if else commands, that sort of thing. That's
look at it
you
from
know,
OpenAI
mm,
standpoint, right? They're going after their customer base. There are good percentage of customers who are low tech customers that OpenAI has. They can simply do some simple but powerful use cases for them. They are going to use that because it's integrated into
yeah.
the platform. But
You
serious
know,
developers who develop serious enterprise applications are going to do the regular things that they do.
And the thing is that, many people were saying that these companies are dead now, But I think so some of these company CEOs or people from these companies have posted that welcome OpenAI to the competing ground or something, because they know that having this competition inside this makes their whole product more real,
Exactly.
more OpenAI will bring more people into the ecosystem
Right.
of building these agents.
And I mean, one other thing, guys, to note is OpenAI is OpenAI only, but n8n has an array of models. They can go
Yeah.
after these models, they can go after other models. It's like a broad range. So they have their
so yeah, because OpenAI is closed proprietary, and it has everything on it.
exactly.
So
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like wiping out anything. It's too strong of a
No.
model everybody uses.
Yeah.
No,
And the thing is that, when they're I think they were saying that I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong, but somewhere Sam Altman was saying that to build things that the applications will benefit from newer models, right? And whatever thing people think that OpenAI is not doing right now, they already know about that, you know? So but like for now, people are thinking is that because they know that these are the missing points, now OpenAI is going on and uh,
yes.
doing all the check marks that okay, this was missing, okay, done, completed, done, completed.
So you are saying they're more reactive. They are
Yeah.
not leading it. They're more reactive and they are
Yeah.
fixing things.
But I think there is also this ability that when you are a big company, you can actually see that what these minor players have built, because these are the ones who actually make that innovation, right? But then you move in with all your power, with all your skills and everything, and then make it a real market with establishing yourself as a real.
Here is the thing, though. There are so many innovations going on now. Will
Yeah.
they be able to spread? They're spreading
Yeah.
horizontal, right? How
Yeah.
deep you can get when you spread horizontal, right? There was one guy, whom I recently met, is working on a healthcare startup. He's building AI doctors, right? So he's worried about at some point OpenAI might take things over, right? Will it happen? We don't know, and maybe there are some verticals they will go deep in, but it's yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
what other things are going on in this world? I know there's a lot of excitement around here, right? Anything else interesting going on, guys, that you've come across?
Hmm. I was thinking that what else did OpenAI launch in the in the dev day? They launched new APIs, I think, for this. They announced that the Sora API might be coming.
Oh, Sora,
So
yeah, Sora
yeah.
one. It is there, right? The Sora 2 API is
Yeah,
there.
we talked about that in the last episode, how like they gave everyone a free code to join like it was unlimited for that one Friday alone. And the code was like Friday or something like that. And it was unlimited. They didn't put any limit on that code. Anybody who saw the code on the video posted that day could get it. But yeah, that was the
Yeah.
main thing we talked about last
How about
time.
agentic IDE development? How is 4.5 doing? I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the 4.5 Sonnet for code development, for code generation. And we have this codex also that came out with this
Hmm.
announcements, right? So I don't know where we are heading to on that bandwagon.
What I've seen is that the progress that 4.5 makes is very good, like, very next level. But now that I've used it a lot, like a lot, I've started seeing patterns that, okay, it is good. It is very good. But it's not like, very next level. Like, I've seen that it sometimes does logic which is not very, very highly logical. Like if you wanted to do planning, it will do the plans, but the insight that I was hoping that it will have, that was not there. When I look at the decisions that it is making, then I'm like, you can just do that with simply a flag, or with a finale. It sometimes over complicates
Or
something.
complicated. And sometimes take shortcuts too to get to the
Yeah,
finish line.
yeah,
Oh, this is very difficult to do. Let me take another route and I will mock up data. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't want you to do mock-ups and everything. I want to really solve the problem. Don't take shortcuts to the
yeah. Those are
right.
things. Yeah. Mm.
So that is interesting. And
I actually saw that. Have you seen the news that Gemini 3 might be coming up?
no, 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 no. I didn't hear about that. Hmm.
I've seen that people there's a on their on Google's AI chat studio, or AI studio, where you can there's a section where you can test the models, A/B testing. So it will be like two different screens of having model, and
Hmm.
if you test of 4 or 5 times, there will be a model with Gemini 3 or something
Hmm.
written on it, and people are saying that that model is very good in coding tests, like very, very good.
Coding.
So yeah, and because it is in the in the testing phase, it might be coming up
Oh,
like
they may be doing A/B
in a few
testing.
weeks.
They may be doing A/B
Yep.
testing,
Yeah.
releasing it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to watch out for, right?
Yep. I think next Gemini 3 might be, one of the best models we have right now.
I see.
And I think it will have, the whole 1 million tokens. So that'll
Yeah,
be cool to see.
yeah, yeah. Google is the one that pioneered that 1 million token concept
Yeah.
before others
Yeah.
caught on it. It's all about the context, right? Context engineering, how efficient you can handle context.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Somebody was asking me in a conference that I was on, Arun, several things are coming up. Prompt engineering, now they say context engineering. What do I do? And I was telling them, hey, they are separate kind of thing. You still need good prompt engineering techniques to do, to ask, but you still need context engineering too. And context engineering is much more complex. You need to understand how to fill a context, how to refresh the context, how to manage the context, a whole bunch of things. It's a good area to be in, though, like for a future prospects, right? So like a good area to be in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, related. Let me if you could approve the sharing screen. thing. It's like let me
Yeah.
okay. Let me share my screen. So this is from Theo.g. If you guys saw it, but it's talking here about the ranking of vibe coding tools.
Ooh.
Um, and it has some popular ones on here. You can see Vercel's ReZero up at the very top at S tier. Underneath that is Claude Code, and underneath that we see some more ones. We have Windsurf,
Windsor
Quen.
still exists. I thought Windsor was killed after the other
Windsurf
updates.
still exists, and it's meant for more obscuring everything. It's like for the non-technical coders where it's like I know a little, I know like HTML. That's like pretty much all I know. So like here's an idea. I want this, get me to
Okay.
there somehow. And then there's Gemini CLI, Quen CLI. And then you have the lovable tray, which I haven't heard a lot about, but apparently it's kind of similar to a lot of these other tools. So lovable is there with Replit, and
Cursor
then
is in S.
cursor is an F because it has lost its quality and it's not able to use the agents as efficiently, and it's lost its efficiency and quality since
Okay.
over time.
Karthik, I gotta beg to differ in here, man. Like I'm like surprised by this Versal thing and Codex in the bottom and cursor and F and everything. So each of these tools do different things. Like I don't know if I can compare Lovable.
No, but in this video he does mention that Hero, for example, is built for enterprise projects,
Yeah.
not from building a project from scratch, really. It's meant more for like a team or like a coding development team to build a project, not really like a single person just building like a vibe coding an app. That's not what Hero is meant for. But this is based solely on vibe coding, as in like, can you take an idea and turn it into a functioning like project?
Okay.
Not the general agentic coding experience, which is another way of looking at it.
No
And
wonder then that is like this.
But
Okay.
I also saw that Bolt Not New is placed below Lovable. That was interesting to see.
maybe I need
To
to see
see,
the whole video to, get the
yeah,
more
but yeah, this
context
is
of
the
that.
Theo.gg video. But I
Everybody.
saw some interesting things of like VS Code being placed in F tier, the VS Code Copilot combination, which I have seen pretty poor performance on, even though they give you access to all the models.
Yeah,
It's
that is
not
also
that
there.
it's not that great. Yeah, so it was
You
interesting to
know,
see
yeah.
this.
I think this, tells you the whole like idea that there might be many apps, more than one app or something. There will be still like going to the depth and creating that user experience is still going to be the key in differentiating you yourself in this
There's
market.
also different levels, right? There's like the I don't know anything about coding, just give me like the product, which is like base 44 and lovable and bolt. They're all like, I don't know a single thing about coding, give me something I can work with. That's that. And the other end of the spectrum, there's like Verso Zero and Claude Code, where it's like, I am a developer, I know how code works. I just want a tool to like help me with developing it. Like that spectrum of
Oh,
it. Like so
guys, I remember that I've seen some of the some of the new MCP server. One of them is Chrome Web Dev Tools
Hmm.
MCP,
Hmm.
and I'm telling you guys, the web development experience with just using this one MCP, nothing else, is very very good. Like how when you're coding and there are sometimes components are overlapping with each other, they are overflowing sometimes, and then you have to think, oh shit, what to do with the CSS, and I have to go inside and do all of that. And even when you give it screenshots, sometimes the models can't do too much with that. I actually attached this one MCP. It has the capability to take screenshots, see all the code, and even generate some script with the function that it can actually type into something. Like actually take actions to do the testing. So it went ahead. So it was a chatbot application. It went ahead, opened up the page that it needed to, took a screenshot, located the button, clicked that button, and then entered the whole text with the whole typing
Hmm.
by just running a function of some script or something, and then pressed on the send button itself,
Hmm.
doing the whole testing thing, and then like, seeing what the issue is and actually fix that whole thing.
Now, how different is it compared to like something like Playwright?
Mhm.
Playwright also has an
I'm
MCP.
thinking it might be using Playwright under the hood,
Okay.
but the whole thing is because Google let me actually share the screen to actually show you guys a bit of it.
Yeah, I'm just in because I played with Playwright. I'm just interesting to know what value add this might bring to the table. If it is built on top of that, it would be good to know.
Okay, let me actually share the screen. Right. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
So what it does is that it can take images, it can enter like everything. It can automate, uh, run trace, analyze specific performance issues, and okay, yeah, it's not given here much, but I'm thinking it might be using Playwright under the hood
I
or
see.
something. In the demo, it should be.
We can enlarge it. That might be a little bit easier to. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
You can see it happening, like clicking stuff,
Yes,
doing things, right?
yes, yes.
Or find
And
file,
then it can go ahead and actually, uh, you know,
fix it.
find the error and fix it, and then check again if
Oh,
the error is gone or not.
I see. I see. It's updating the code base in the background,
Yes, yes, yes.
loading it.
But because your AI agent is the one who's actually, seeing the whole thing.
I
Right.
see. I see.
I'm not sure if there is a better demo for it, but what I've
MCP,
seen is mhm,
sorry, is this MCP a remote MCP or a local MCP that you install?
local MCP.
So what
So
model is it
it's
using? Is it using any LLM
no,
models?
no, it's just an MCP. It's just a tool that
Okay.
your AI coder or
Oh, just
AI
just
model
leverage it.
uses.
So whatever model you
Yeah,
use, just uses this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And
Hmm.
I tried it with Claude Code, and
Looks
that
good.
one error that I was like, okay, I have to read CSS or something. Because I'm not
People who are
very
not
good with anything.
experts in CSS front-end
Yeah,
development will really benefit from it because this is
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. It streamlined the whole experience,
I
and
see.
I think that this can even be used to do testing itself. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
functional
Yeah,
testing and all
I'll
that
be
thing.
I'll be interested in knowing what is it built on and how different is it on the Playwright stuff
Actually,
comparatively. It'll be interesting to know the differences because that's a pretty Playwright itself is a very popular tool and several products have been built on top of Playwright. No, Amazon Noah Act is built on Playwright, right?
oh, so I don't think they use Playwright at all. It is built on top of Chrome owns DevTools protocol and
Yeah,
uses
that's why they're able to do
Puppeteer.
so much in it. Yeah, that's why they're able to do a lot.
Yeah, and because Chrome is the standard of all browsers.
So I assume that do they have like a built-in Gemini extension now? Because that shouldn't be that hard to
No, I
have an
mean the
extension
thing is,
for.
guys, they have made this fully open source. This is
Hmm.
they don't
So
control
like the
anything at all. This is just free gift from them from them to all the developers who are developing on the Chrome thing. So
I
it's
mean,
like,
it's like they are playing on their strengths because they
yeah,
own the
yeah,
Chrome platform, right? And now they
yeah,
have leveraged that to build on top of that, which makes sense. That makes
yeah.
sense. They would
And
do.
I mean, Google is the company who benefits the most with
Yeah.
people using more web apps. So
because people always go to Chrome by like default almost.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
Claude even has like an extension that has a waitlist still, but a similar extension that could like go and do stuff within Chrome. But that was, I think that might be using Playwright more than like the core like Chrome. This
Yeah.
one's using
I think
more like the core Chrome layer to like go
yeah,
and do
and
stuff.
I think they are also using Puppeteer instead of Playwright.
But yeah,
Mm.
I see.
Puppeteer with the
Is there any
Chrome's
like
web dev
different?
tools.
Is there any differences within like the? Does it Puppeteer perform better than Playwright?
I don't have much idea about this.
So, sometimes it could be performance, sometimes it could be strategic moves. So it'll be interesting to see why they
Yeah,
decided to
no
go.
idea.
Yeah.
But there are some other also tools. Like, do you guys know about Context 7?
Yes, I have
The
heard about it. You can go explain. I don't know how many viewers will know about Context 7.
Yeah, I think let me actually just share this screen. This is like context 7. So it's like you can search all of your, uh, documentation. I think that they also have MCP server that you can install, and this gives you the latest documentation. So even if you don't want to, install the MCP server, you can just go to context 7. You can copy the whole thing, paste it into your AI, and even just copy a link. So I can actually just come up here. This is all examples, documentation, everything with
This
that.
is basically used
And
for context. For people, who
yeah,
are not familiar with this, we can take this, put it into your LLM, and all of a sudden your LLM becomes a Shadzian expert when you bring this in.
yep,
Don't do this, it can hallucinate and do all sorts of stuff.
yep.
When you add this, it becomes a lot more smarter. That's the bottom line.
A minute. This is like context 7. So it's like you can search all of giving them the latest documentation, access to the latest documentation.
Like
And
almost teaching LLM saying, here is the
yeah,
document, here is what you need to refer to while I'm
yeah,
asking you to do something with Shadzian. Like that, I believe there are several frameworks information there in Context 7. So it's a very useful tool to have for code
yeah.
development. So front-end development.
And I think there was another one which I really, really liked the concept of. Bring it up. Just a second. Okay. This one was Byte or Rover. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Let me actually share the screen with you guys. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Loading up, yep, it came through.
Yeah.
So that is basically a memory for all the dev teams. You can, what they can do is you can install it. It can auto-generate the memories at scale about the whole code base, and it uh, context relevant memory. Like always know what you mean. Like whatever your preferences are, whatever the context is, and it's basically good for the memory. You can and
Is this
the
memory that you can take across different LLM models
yes,
and
Yeah.
across different IDEs also.
okay.
Yeah, and at the top you can see that it's compatible with Cursor, Windsurf,
Yep,
Codex, Claude, Gemini, Trade, Kiro, pretty much all of them. So,
yep.
Smart idea. Now I can build memory once and use it in different places.
but what's to
Yep.
say that like a company like GitHub doesn't just build, they already control regular Git. They could easily add this as like, oh, now GitHub also is there for. All right, I'm curious to see if GitHub will do anything with this because since memory is now the new big thing, memory and context.
Also,
So.
if a developer leaves my company, all I need is memory saved somewhere saying that, oh, okay, this guy's memory is saved. I can use him. Doesn't matter if you leave,
Uh,
memory is saved. Wow, I love it.
uh,
I love it. Listen, we're getting into this interesting world, and the
You can
developer
also
might
set
sue the
security.
company. Developer might sue the company saying, "This is my proprietary memory. The company cannot have it. Let me take my memory."
Yeah, no, and also you can set certain permissions. Looks like there's like a security feature in there too. So once somebody leaves a company, you can like turn it off so they don't have the
oh,
proprietary memory. They can like shut it off after they leave. So that'll be
but I think the best thing about this would be, when you are working on in a team and on a very single code base and you are making changes or some things, all of those things or all those little things that okay, this might create a bug or something, it will update that on the memory, that kind of thing. So
You could
everyone
have
knows the
you could have a team memory and you have your individual memory. You can refer to the
yep,
team memory for common patterns and common things that
yes,
everybody needs to learn
yes,
from, right? Something
yep,
structured like that. So amazing patterns can be put together to make it happen.
yep, yep.
Remember that 1%, 2% billion-dollar company ideas
also
all be part of that.
Lovely. I was looking up on their website, and one of their FAQs is how is this different from Cypher? I didn't know what Cypher was. I looked up Cypher AI memory, and it also pops up in like an open source thing where you can
Yeah,
store
that
AI
is,
coding
oh yeah,
memories.
that is
Yeah,
literally the open source
and
part.
then it looks like Beater Rover is like the more like cloud, like you don't have to worry about
Yep,
setting
yep,
anything up, and then Cypher is
yep.
like the open source, run it
Cypher
on your
is
own.
there only, I think. it's their only open source version if you want to use.
Yeah, it's the
Maybe I'm
open
wrong.
source version of it
Yeah.
specifically I think it's the first one though.
Yep.
They did that
Yeah.
first, then yeah.
If you click on like one of their links, it's hyper open source. It's like 3K GitHub stars.
Oh, right. Wow.
Mm.
Okay. That's
And you can
So
run it
so
on
they
your,
have
yeah.
both.
But
You
of
can
course,
even,
by the Rover is probably going to be easier to set up because you
yeah,
can all the extra features.
that's like
But
they handle everything. Like if you
right.
want to
yeah,
do it yourself, you can do that.
that's nice. You at least a feature where you can, or a product where you can use it on your own.
That's a lot of exciting topics that we discussed. I loved it.
Yeah,
Sharing everybody. Yeah.
yeah,
Amazing.
and that quick discussion we had before and so that's nice. Yeah. All
Well,
right. So we'll see you guys next
all right.
week
Take
for
care.
some of the new updates.
See
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.